Hello, Buddhas. Today we are going to talk about how you can literally start to do anything. Now, before we get started, I've got to let you know there's a playlist down below in the video description with over 150 Buddha Billionaire videos that you can binge watch to help accelerate your spiritual awakening. Now, what do I mean by start anything? Well, I'm going to use this YouTube channel as an example because I still have no idea what I'm actually doing, but I'm doing. I started. And if you go back and you look at that playlist, there's some videos on there that are kind of cringy and terrible and were filmed on the front-facing camera of my iPhone instead of the mirrorless camera that I have now, and instead of the actual boom mic that I have now, and instead of so many things that I have been iteratively improving. If you start terribly, at least you started. If you start knowing that what you're doing is going to be bad, but you're constantly working on it a little bit and you're constantly iterating, then you have started. You have started to create the thing that will eventually be incredible and really good and up to the level that I'm at now, which is not the maxed out level of Buddha Billionaire. This is just still the very beginning, the infancy of a movement that I'm starting. And if you take those first steps, that's where the real power, the real energy, the real momentum comes. This is a correlation between Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich and Vladimir Zeland's Transurfing, where if you're constantly sitting around waiting for that inspiration to strike, you're probably going to be sitting around for a long time. But if you take the initiative and you take that first step and you say, okay, I'm going to film a video today, and whether or not it is the best video I've ever made is irrelevant, but I'm going to get it out there. I'm going to get the message through. I'm going to put it on the camera. I'm going to put it on the YouTubes, see what happens. And then tomorrow I'm going to go do the exact same thing. And by iterating on that, and by doing it every day, and by constantly making the choice to start yours, that's where the inspiration comes. I find personally that some of my best videos are actually some of the videos I have filmed after deciding to start filming my first video. So in a day, let's say I'll film 2 or 3 videos so that I have content to constantly be pushing out to you guys. So if I film a video like the one I'm filming right now, which is the first one, I had an idea that I wrote down last night. It's like, I'm going to film that first thing in the morning. So I'm feeling somewhat inspired to do this, but I don't know if I'm 100% in that perfect groove. After filming this video, let's say, I might get the inspiration to film a second one, because by being in the state of I'm filming a video, I'm allowing that energy to come through me. And I'm going to continue to film this specific video in order to finish it and have that content. But I've noticed through doing this process, and you've probably noticed that a lot of my videos I wear the same shirt, it's because I continue to film and I let that creative energy flow through. And this is the secret, Buddhas. This is how you actually get things done. It's not about sitting down at your desk and saying, I'm going to write a best-selling book today. No, what you do is you go and you start to write. You allow the pen to hit paper and you allow the words to come out. By doing that process, what you're doing is taking that initiative. You're taking that first step. You're filming that first video. You're putting those words on paper. And it may be terrible, but that's why you can go back and you can revise. You can say, oh, I wrote this, but it's trash. But after I wrote this first part, I was inspired to write this second part, and it's a keeper. And that's kind of my process for these videos. That's my process for life. But I didn't really realize it until I had read this aspect of it in reality transurfing. And the way that Zeland talks about it is, if you prepare your space and you organize your desk and you file all your papers and you have your pens all lined up and you go to sit there and write, he's probably speaking from specific experience himself. Nothing good's gonna come to you. Most of the time. He describes the muse as a fickle lady, and honestly, I can relate. But if you just sit down and you say, no, I am writing, and you start to put pen on paper and you start to put ideas down, then the muse, this idea of inspiration, this outward force, is going to see what you're up to. In this case, she is seeing me create video content, and she's going to go, huh, I want in on that. I want to participate. I'm going to go and I'm going to help out, or I'm going to provide that little je ne sais quoi to add to the end of the video. And Buddhas, it's so much fun and so satisfying to realize that I've taken that initiative, and you can do it too. Everyone can do this. That's what's so much fun. But to realize that you take that little initiative, that little, okay, I'm going to make this decision. I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to do it now. And when you do that, and then the inspiration starts to flow, that's the sweet spot. That's the creative fun. And that's why we're here, is to be that initial start, that initial seed, that spark that then allows the actual content to flow through. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know down in the comments below what you think about your muse and creativity in general. And remember, Buddhas, the most important thing, other than subscribing, is to love yourself.